Hey friends, it's Mike. I'm on this quest to bring some more contrast to this Gibson Firebird Zero. And so I'm going to do two things. One is I'm going to put this Firebird sticker, it's a decal, on the pickguard. And this is what you would see on, the light is going to get in the way there. And this is what you're going to see on the more expensive Firebirds. So I'm going to put that on. This is a vinyl sticker. And what will happen when I'm all done is you're just going to see the white Firebird against the black pickguard. So that should be a nice contrast. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put chrome pickguard rims or frames around the pickups. And that should help too to make the guitar pop a little bit more. If you take a look, I mean, this is just black on black, and I don't know. It's just too black. So I'm going to do this and this. I'll do the decal first, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like, and hopefully it looks good. Okay, so be back in a bit. Well, it's always something, guys and gals. The decal came out great. There you go. So that's going to look nice. But Mike, why do you have the guitar part? That's because when I went to go put the new pickup rings in, the holes on the side, the 4 holes, do not match up with the holes that are in the guitar from the stock pickup rings. And these chrome pickup rings, these are for Gibson guitars specifically. I made sure because the Epiphones won't fit correctly. What will happen is the holes on the side to fasten the ring down to the guitar, they won't be in the same spot or the same place as a Gibson. I think that they used Epiphone rings on this guitar because when I went to go slap this in, lo and behold, the holes did not match up. And so what I'll do is I will fill these holes with some Titebond and then push a toothpick in. Make sure you use a good quality thick toothpick and let it sit for about 12 hours or so. This way the Titebond cures, and when it does cure, it's just like drilling into wood. And the reason why you fill the holes is because when you go to put the new ring on, if it's off ever so slightly, like these are, and if you don't fill the holes, what will happen is when you go to drill a new hole, it's going to push itself into the old hole, and now you're going to have a hole that's too big for the screw to fasten correctly into, if that makes sense. So that's why I fill the holes. But now the thing is I've got to wait. The other thing is, I believe this pickup was in backwards. So I was in an email correspondence with the Donless pickup company, I would say several months back. And I said, when a pickup goes in, does it matter which side the lead is coming out of? Does it matter if it's here or if it's up over here? And what they told me is the lead should always be coming out of the bottom of the pickup toward the bottom of the guitar, never toward the top of the guitar. So when I opened this up, guess what? The wire was like this. It wasn't oriented correctly. So I don't know how much of a difference it would make, to be honest with you. These are ceramic pickups. So I'm going to turn it around and put it in from what I understand is the correct way. So that's kind of interesting, right? That's a quality issue right there, that the pickups were installed incorrectly. Or at least this one was. The bridge was fine, so this is the neck. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to have to pick up tomorrow morning when the glue has cured, and I can screw these pickups in. I'm also going to have to trim the pickguard a little bit over here because these pickups are slightly wider. And that won't be a big deal. I've done that plenty of times with pickguards. You just need a good pair of snippers. All right, you guys. Catch you in a bit. All right, so here she is. She's all done. I put her all back together again. And just to recap, here is the decal. And I'll leave a link in the description box to pick up these decals, because if you have this Firebird Zero, you might want to put one on. They come in different colors. I think it's black, silver, red, in white, and I have the white here. It's $7.50. That includes shipping, and you get 3 decals. So that means if you screw one up or two up, you have a second or a third to do it again. But it's very easy. All you need to do is just rub the decal in. It's a vinyl sticker. It has adhesive on the back, and they stick very, very well to the guitars. So in any case, you can see here that I put the chrome pickup rings in, and those are not plastic, they are metal. And as I mentioned yesterday, I did have to reorient the holes to put the screws in, and I did that. Worked beautifully. The tight bond cured, and no issues whatsoever. So I think now that this guitar looks very good, and this could have been a version that Gibson could have produced. I did go to eBay and check the price on this Hipshot bridge. It's called a Baby Grand. It's around $70 to $75. It's more expensive, obviously, than the piece of junk that Gibson put on it, and it is a piece of junk that they shipped the guitar with. That bridge on AliExpress or on eBay or even Amazon is going to cost you around $10 tops. Okay, so they put a $10 bridge on the guitar. This bridge makes a world of difference when it comes to intonating the guitar. You can get the intonation spot on. Or the other alternative for Gibson would be to ship the guitar with a regular tailpiece and tunematic bridge, and that would have been that. And save themselves the headaches of people just bashing the crap out of the bridge that shipped with the guitar. And rightfully so. It's a bad bridge. Anyway, enough of that. So she's looking really good. I have her all set up. There you go. I also cannot find the guy on eBay anymore who makes these decals. So I don't know what happened. Maybe he went out of business or he stopped selling on eBay. I think I might have an email for him, so I'll check and see if he has another eBay account or a website that you can go to order those vinyl decals. They're very good. So she's looking real good, and I think now the contrast to the guitar is excellent. It's not that black on black on black crap, and the thing really comes to life now. The pickups, like I told you, this one was turned around, so I corrected that. I watched some reviews over the last couple of days, and some people ragging on the pickups. To be honest with you, I think the pickups are pretty good. They're ceramic pickups, so I'm not going to bash them. I also have watched a couple of reviews where people are ragging on the Tectoid nut and saying that there's string binding. The reason that you are having string binding is because if you look at the Gibson site, they tell you the slotting depth and width of the slots in the nut. So what they did was they used, look at the numbers for Ernie Ball hybrid slinkies. That is the width of the slots for the strings. So as an example, the low E is 0.046 inches. All right. Now, if you're using a larger or heavier gauge string, let's say like a 0.048 or 0.050, you are going to have string binding because the string is too big for the slot. So if you're getting string binding, it's probably because your strings are a heavier gauge than what this nut is slotted for. When guitar manufacturers slot nuts, they slot them to the average, what most people will put on the guitar. I've been using the Ernie Ball Super Slinkies for a very long time, the hybrid Super Slinkies I should say, and that's typical, I have found, with how guitar manufacturers slot their nuts. Okay, so just make sure you understand that. Now, if you are using heavier gauge strings, all you need to do is just widen the slot a little bit. That's all you need to do. The best way to do it is to buy slotting files and just work it a little bit. Just move the file a little left and right just to widen it a little bit, back and forth, and you're done. And you're ready to go. Okay, so that's why you have string binding if you have experienced that with this guitar or any guitar for that matter. All right, so again, I don't want to beat this to death, but I think she came out great. Looks terrific. And if you have any comments, leave them below. Thanks, guys.